Now then, my friends, I am the Mac Master, if you don't already know that, and I own an electric car, a Porsche Taycan, an electric car, and an EV if you want to call it that, or an electric vehicle or whatever, or a milk float as I like to affectionately call it. However, I'm not an evangelist. I know what owning an electric car is really like on a day-to-day basis. I have no hidden agenda, nothing at all. Unlike the government and unlike the powers that be that are trying to push us in to electric cars, when I know that it doesn't really work. Now, I'm not saying it doesn't work for everyone. For people tootling backwards and forwards to the shops in a tiny little electric car, you know what? Sinclair got it right with his C5, a tiny little electric car, fantastic. But the government's trying to push electric cars onto us and also making the motor manufacturers have to sell and make and produce a certain amount of electric cars are damaging the motor industry, and they don't care. I'm here to put a stop to that, and I will do my very best with your help to put an end to the electric car agenda. And in today's video, I'm going to show you the true cost of actually owning an electric car, because not everybody charges at home. They all say, well, lots of us charge at home. Not everybody is in a position to actually own their own home with a driveway, or some people actually live in blocks of flats. It's just come up with please check range. Some people live on shared driveways. It's not that simple. Terraced houses as well. You can't just pole up and charge your car up. It doesn't work. And if you're charging on a public charging network, it can get costly. And that is to start with now. What about in a year or two's time, or 5 years time, or after 2030 or 2035, whenever it's going to be, when everybody has got to go in electric cars? Of course they're going to add taxes to it. That's why we need to say no now. And I need you to hit the subscribe button. It is free. It doesn't cost a penny. Help me fight this fight against the electric car agenda. I'm not saying we don't want electric cars. They have their place, but in society alongside of diesel and petrol cars. So please hit the subscribe button, give us a like, give us a thumbs up. This is going to be a quick one. We're actually going to a place called Fastened, which has got a canopy over it. So I'm going to be interested. I don't think I've charged at one of theirs before. So going to be quite interesting to see how much it costs me, and also at the same time have a canopy overhead. I'm hoping it's not snowed in so I can actually get into it, because we've had snow here in the UK. And I lost quite a few percent, by the way. I know it's a long intro. I lost quite a few percent on my electric car with it stuck in the driveway with snow over it. I lost I think about 5 or 6% with it being that cold, and it wouldn't let me preheat the car, so I couldn't heat the car up because I hadn't got enough range. Now at the moment, well, let's do the intro and then I'll tell you what range I've got, and we'll work out how much cost it is, etc. And also what damage they're actually doing to the motor industry. Porsche are in trouble. I've seen a news story which I'll read to you as well. I love Porsche. I've had lots of them, and they're being damaged by the government and the powers that be. So without further ado, my friends, let's go. Right, we're actually heading into Bradford, which have, I can tell you 100%, and people will agree with me, the worst drivers in the world. Literally, they are the worst drivers. I've been to many places. I've been to New York, I've been to Kuala Lumpur and driven there. I've been to Australia. I haven't driven on Australia, but I've seen the roads there. But I've been through the city of London, and I can tell you now, right? Bradford, you will not find any worse drivers than right here in Bradford. Honestly, you get to Owlcoats roundabout there, which is you're leaving Leeds and Pudsey into Bradford, and it is a free-for-all. It's terrible. Anyway, right, so we're down to 27 miles of range, 14% of battery at the moment, right? And we're heading to this place called Fastned or Fastened or whatever it is. Now, I have a Porsche charging card, so I actually have subsidized charging on certain chargers. I don't know whether this is part of it or not. I'll try my card. If not, then we'll have to use contactless, etc. The other issue with these places as well, with it snowing, and I've found out last year or the year before, I did a video where I actually nearly froze to death because there's no canopies over most charging points. Then that's an issue because you can't get your car there because it's full of snow. Whereas if you're in a garage, sorry that's really bright, then you can if you go into a service or service station because there's a canopy over the top of it. That is really bright, can't see with the sun shining. So that's another issue. These charging points are literally out of the way, in like a car park, McDonald's or whatever, in the corner, and it's difficult to actually get to charge if it's snowing. There's lots of drawbacks. Anyway, well, let's get there. It's really bright. Right, now we have actually got a little bit of a canopy over this one, all right. However, you'll see there is a bit of an issue here because you can't use the other side because obviously this is a charging point and there isn't really anybody here manning them 24/7. So we've got snow and ice, nobody's gritted around here. And I'm going to say it's going to be a bit of a nightmare for me to actually get out of here without skidding, etc. So let's try and charge up and see how much this actually costs. This is Fastened or Fastned or whatever. I mean, I do have to say, milk float off. So we're at 23 miles of range, 12% of battery. Is that right? 23 miles of range, 12% of battery. I feel I'm fighting a losing battle here because there are a lot of people out there, evangelists, who, if you look at the comments section of this video, you'll see people having a go at me, saying I'm wrong, saying I'm lying, this is not the true the true vision of EV ownership. I have an agenda. I have no agenda. People say I'm doing it for clicks, doing it for money. I'm semi-retired, to be honest, if I'm honest. I don't particularly need to do this. I'm doing it now as a bit of fun. And I can also make more clicks with just as many getting on a plane to warmer climates. So my agenda is to show people the true reality of EV ownership. So do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It does not cost you a penny, and it will help me help you fight the fight for freedom, basically, because it is, you imagine if everybody is in an electric car, it's going to restrict our freedom of movement. We need choice. If you want an electric car, have one. Anyway, enough waffle. Let's go and get this charged up and actually see what it costs. By the way, it's 12:54. I can't precondition my battery, which means it'll charge faster because there isn't enough charge in it to precondition it. It's also cold, and there's a maximum stay of 1 hour here. So, and there's, I'm going to guess there's cameras on here that's going to fine you. Come on. Right, I'm hoping this is going to reach, and I'm also really worried about getting out because of all the ice around it. Let's try and see if it'll reach first. I could do with going a bit further over this way. But if I get out again, I might not, if I reverse back, I might not get out because of the ice. 400 kilowatt, here we go. Now imagine if you're disabled, by the way. Hopefully it'll go in. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're in. Now, what do you do here? Here we go. Charge card, bank card, or app. Okay, or pay online. Let's see whether my Porsche card works. Authenticated. Might work. Have a look. Which is 8, I think. No, 9. 7, 8, 9. I'm number 8, am I? There we go, number 8. Please unplug.
Oh, you might have to unplug it and
unplug it, then plug it back in. Got to unplug it and plug it back in. And then.
Yeah.
Hang on, just hold that for us. Cheers, thanks. Got a gentleman there helping me. I'm trying to plug it back in. There we go, sorted. Thank you. So we just press that one.
Yeah.
Preparing power delivery.
It's kicking in now.
Hopefully it'll work.
It's the first time I've used them.
Have you not used one before?
No, it's the first time I've used these.
These ones?
Yeah.
Authorization information confirmed.
There you go.
So there's a gentleman here. He's actually, if you don't want to be on camera, that's fine. But you have a van for your business. How many miles does it get to the range, to a charge?
Well, I get between 200 and 242 miles.
200 and 242 mile. Brilliant. And how many times a day do you have to charge?
Depending what I'm doing.
Depending what you're doing. Does
like
it?
Today, I've been out 2 days yesterday today, and I've had to charge it. So
You've had to charge
every
it.
2 days, but if I'm going like to Sheffield,
Sheffield, yeah.
It's like every day.
But your business are actually
paying for that.
Paying for you having to charge.
Yeah.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's mad. Well, I suppose you don't mind.
And I get paid for stuff. Sitting in my van.
Get paid for sitting in your van, but it's madness. It's crazy. And if you've got lots of stuff in it, do you get less miles?
Yeah,
you get less range.
It's full to brim, but I just get the same range.
You get the same range.
Yeah.
But
it's
you.
Not heavy stuff. It's just all clean.
How often? What's the longest you've sat waiting for it to charge?
My longest. This one. An hour and 15.
An hour and 15 minutes. It's Saturday, and you've been.
Them at first, so it's about 50 minutes.
50 minutes. But you've been sat an hour and 15 minutes.
My daughter works at that cafe over there.
Oh right. No, but you've been waiting an hour and 15 minutes.
I've got 70% now.
70%.
But I'm only supposed to charge it to 80%.
Oh, you can only charge it to 80%, of course.
Yeah.
But that's crazy. So you work for Mighty, and they're now paying you to wait
an hour
for it to charge. Madness! Where are we going in the world?
79p a kilowatt.
79p a kilowatt as well. Absolute madness. There's a guy with a shovel here as well because he can't get his car in.
Am I going to be on YouTube?
Yeah. Keep scraping. There we go. There you go. So we've got a gentleman here working for Mighty, waiting an hour and 15 minutes in his van while it charges. Another gentleman here scraping snow out to get in to charge his car. And this is the future? Come on. Share this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. This shows the true reality of EV ownership. Right, so the guy in the yellow car there is now trying to get his car in. He's shoveled snow out of the way and he's trying to get around so he can charge up. Ooh, is it going to go in? And the other gentleman is going to only charge to 80%, but he's been an hour and 15 minutes. So Mighty are paying him for that. It's just madness, isn't it? Absolute madness. I mean, oh, he's skidding. He's skidding. Right, so even though it's supposed to be a fast charger, I'm only getting 54.8 kilowatts there because it is cold. There's only me charging, and the gentleman out there can't move his car now. He's actually stuck and he's trying to get in to charge. Oh, well, it is going rather slow. There's no coffee shops around here or anything. There might be a cafe over the road. In fact, there's a coffee shop right over there, Java Joe's, but you've got to sort of like navigate a dual carriageway to get to it. Also, the gentleman there in the yellow Lotus there as well is... Oh, his alarm's going off. The gentleman in the yellow Lotus said he's only had it a week, and he said... he's got a petrol car as well, luckily enough. He says, I don't think you could just have an electric car. It wouldn't work. So what have we learnt today? We've learnt that you've got a guy there with a van working for Mighty who's been sat around for an hour and 15 minutes while Mighty pay him to charge up. And you've got another guy here trying to get his car and dig out snow to get to a charge point. Am I making my point clear here of EV ownership? Now, I haven't planned any of this. None of this is staged. It's literally me coming to charge up, showing you the true reality of EV ownership. So please hit the subscribe button, share this video and show people what it's really like. And we've got people like Quentin Wilson, who used to be on Top Gear before it got good, trying to push us all into electric cars, saying it's the way forward. This is not the way forward. Come on, Quentin. I used to like you when you was on TV and you were, you know, testing proper cars and not these battery-operated Duracell ever-ready cars. This is madness. Really is. I'm freezing now, by the way. And I'll read you about Porsche as well and tell you what they're actually doing to the motor industry. They're destroying the motor industry, the government are, by pushing these stupid cars onto the public. Right, by the way, this has got a canopy over it and it is solar powered, but it isn't stopping any of the snow because the canopy isn't big enough. It needs to be like a proper canopy in a service station, in a petrol station, etc. Now, what I was saying about Porsches, I've been a long time Porsche fanatic. I love Porsches. I've had lots of boxes, etc. But Porsche's electric shift troubles leave 8,000 jobs on the line. So thanks to the government pushing these electric cars upon us and making the motor manufacturers push them onto us as well and giving them targets of what they've actually got to make, otherwise they get fined for selling a certain amount of electric cars, it's actually putting our motor manufacturers on the line here and costing people jobs. This is 8,000 employees that are going to be without a job thanks to the government's pushing these electric vehicles up onto us. German sports car manufacturer Porsche says it faces major cost reductions and could lay off up to 8,000 employees. Porsche has been suffering the consequences of a failed e-car strategy and heavy drop in sales in China, which it said led to the need for drastic changes. Despite coming out of a strong period overall, it reported that the last quarter had been disappointing and the supercar maker's Chinese performance has been sliding backwards for the past 2 years. Plans for electrification have failed and the company is said to be in crisis, while employees have reportedly been panicking about their work prospects. Contracts of up to 1,000 temporary workers could no longer be renewed. The company has reportedly been looking for a new strategy and was likely to invest in research and development. German trade magazine Automobile Wash, forgive my pronunciation there, German people, reported on December the 16th, in the first 9 months of 2024, sales in China dropped by almost 30%. Despite the communist country being a giant market, Porsche is being locally outcompeted, especially regarding electric vehicles. Porsche CFO Lutz Mesch said at the recent presentation of the figures for the third quarter in China, a combustion engine in the premium segment, which costs €70,000 to €80,000, sees itself in competition with Chinese vehicles in the electric segment. I'll put the link to this story in the description down below. But we're actually costing people their jobs. Shame on you, governments. Shame on you for pushing these battery operated vehicles, because they're not electric cars, they're battery operated cars. They're like a car that you used to have when you was a child, but on a larger floor plan. It's ridiculous. It doesn't work. There's no backup. As you can see, we're left out in the cold here to try and charge your car, and not everybody can charge at home. Can I just say to the government, by the way, not everybody, his alarm's going off again, not everybody not everybody has a house with a driveway, and not everybody can charge at home. How is it going to work? I know you fat cats there who work for the government have got your massive houses and your big driveways where you can put your charge points on there, although you don't drive them because you drive around in your gas guzzling Range Rovers. So share this video. Let's show people the true reality of EV ownership. It drives me nuts. It really does annoy me, and I am fighting a battle here, and I need your help to stop this EV agenda. And help me in the comment section as well, because there will be evangelists in there saying he's got an agenda, he's lying. I'm telling you exactly how it is. I've scripted all this. I got a guy with the yellow car there, the yellow Lotus, to come in here and dig out the snow and get stuck, etc. I got the guy there from Mighty to show you that he's wasted an hour and 15 minutes of the company's time while he's charging. Everybody basically, they're all actors, they're all, they're all paid actors. What absolute codswallop. Come on, look in the comment section now, right? Look in the comment section and answer the evangelist back. Let's see what we're doing. We're now at 1:23. I'm freezing my butt off. Let's see where we are charge wise. There we go, 37%, 77 miles. Charging at 4:14. Now the guy in the Lotus is leaving because he's only getting 50 odd kilowatts, I believe. He's not getting enough charge in. Now he's struggling to get out. This is complete madness. Honestly, please share this video. This is the true reality. I mean, honestly, you couldn't make this up. Go on, you can do it. Right, so the gentleman there in the Lotus, I'll say hi to him, by the way, lovely gentleman. He says, I just want to get home. He says, I thought I was going to be here till next Christmas. Do you know what? It's actually dangerous. People could end up freezing to death. It's absolute madness. I'm going to have to try and get my car out now. The only issue is, I'm wondering whether to reverse out or try and come round this way. If I come round this way, and I need to go to the bathroom as well, so I'm actually going to have to figure this out the best way. He's off now, he's off home. It's crazy. People end up freezing to death, and I can tell you because I actually got stuck in the snow before, so there we go. Let's try and get out of here. I don't think I'm going to get. Let's see what we're actually on charge wise. 64%. We're getting 102 kilowatts now. I think I'm going to try and get out of here now. You can come in the car and try and get out with me. I'm going to unplug this, and then I don't know whether it's going to tell me straight away. In fact, it won't tell me straight away when it's actually going to cost me. So I'll put it on screen now. There you go, so you'll actually see what it's going to cost me, because it takes a little while to go through to my app to tell me what I've been charged. So you don't even know what you're paying straight away. It's crackers. Right, I'll press stop there. Okay, and get this thing out. Hang on. Ugh, there we go. These are, I mentioned this before, really heavy. So if you do have a disability, it's charging session ended. You have charged 42 minutes, 47 kilowatts, etc. Anyway, let's get this back. These cables really are doing it one-handed there. Really heavy. Right, this is going to be the fun bit, because am I actually going to be able to get out now? That's the thing. Let's try and get around. There we go. Go back around that way. Come on. Let's do this. I need to get out. As wheels are spinning. Come on, let's get back on the road. Honestly, what a nightmare. Oh, that van's in the way now. How am I going to get out of there? Oh man, the van's in the way. Right, so there you go. We are back on the road. I've got 139 miles of range, 66% of battery, and unbelievable. I mean, all that time in the freezing cold, and I'm not even fully charged. I'll say fully charged. I'm not fully charged, because trying to get fully charged is a nightmare, and it's expensive. I mean, I don't even know what it's cost me yet. You'll know, because you'll have seen it on screen a little while ago, and I'll put it on screen again now. That's what it's cost me. Don't forget that's subsidized by Porsche though, so that's a subsidized price. It actually would be more than that, and some of them can cost you an absolute fortune, 85p a kilowatt. I've charged on some of them, I can't remember which one it is now, Instavolt, and it's cost me to get less than 200 miles of range, like 85 quid. So it's complete madness. It isn't any cheaper, it isn't any more economical, and in my opinion it doesn't even save the planet as much. It's crackers, because you've still got to get the energy from somewhere. Not all of it is coming from wind, etc. It's just crackers, honestly, and you've got people mining it. It's crazy, and these things don't last as long. So there you go. Share the video, share it with your friends, share it on social media, and show people what it really is like owning an electric car. I haven't made that up. None of them are actors. They're real people, real EV owners. Unbelievable. Right, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Make sure it hit the subscribe button. It does help my crusade to show people the true reality of EV ownership. And also have a look in the comment section and back me up with the evangelist, because you'll find somebody in there called Morag, maybe, although she's gone a little bit quiet, and also a guy called Dwayne Pipes, who keeps calling me a liar and saying I'm making it all up. You can't make that up. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and also tweet it to newspapers as well. Tweet this, or exit, or whatever you call it now, to different newspapers and different places and social media networks. Post it everywhere. Show people what it's like. We could end up freezing to death. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.